Hello techies, welcome to IT Tech Solution. In this learning series of PySpark, today we will see save mode. So until now we have seen how we can create a data frame from a file, how we can read the file, and then once we do the transformations, how we can write it back to the same file. So while writing it to the same file, we need to handle what we want to do with the existing file. So in such cases, if we want to write it back to the same file, there are few options that we can use, and that is decided by the save mode. So this save mode will be enabling us to handle the existing data. Okay, what we want to do with the existing data, if we want to overwrite it, if we want to append it, or if we want to ignore the error. So let's see that what all options we have here. First one is in case of error. Okay, so or it also says as error if exists. So if the file already exists, I'm saying that you don't write it back to the same file, instead throw an error. The next one is to append. If already data is present, just append the new data at the end of the existing data. Third one is overwrite. So as the name suggests, it will delete the data and write a complete set of new data, and it will overwrite everything. The last one is the ignore, where it will ignore if basically it will not write the data into the file. It will simply ignore. It will not throw an error, or it will not even overwrite. So it will simply ignore, and it will still maintain whatever the data was present before the write operation. Okay. So let's see this in the live example. So here again I'm using the same Spark context. Okay, and in this Spark context, then I am just reading a data which is already existing file for the data that I have. It's users.parquet file. I'm just reading this, and I'll just print the contents of it. So let's see what the contents of it is currently. So currently it has three records in it, and this is for Bruce 1, Bruce, and Ellen. Okay. Now what we will do is we will check these four options one by one. So for that, what I will do, I will create a new data frame. Okay, and I will try to write this new data frame into back into my users.parquet file. So just to make that scenario, I am doing this. Otherwise, in real scenario, it may be possible that you will do some transformations. You will cleanse the data, and then you will want to write it back into the same file. But here there is nothing like to clean or to cleanse or to transform anything. I'm just mocking it. I'm just creating a new data frame, and simply that new data frame I would want to write back to the same file, and I'll use the modes here. If you see, with the write operations, now we have to mention the mode as well. So in that mode, what we want to do, if I want to do if I don't want to write it overwrite it, I'll simply say error, so that I get some error when the file is already existing. So let's run this and see how this error mode behaves. So I'll create the new data frame, and let's see the content of this new data frame. So it will have this name as Jim, favorite color, and age. So this is the new data frame. I just want that I'm just writing this data frame back to the same file, that users.parquet, and let's see with the error mode what it says. So in the error mode, it again says analysis exception, and it will say that path already exists. So this is what we wanted, right? In some cases or in some applications, you would want this scenario, okay, that it should not overwrite. If it is anyone is trying to overwrite, it should throw an error with the error message. So this is working perfectly fine, the error message. Another alias for this is also error if exists. So that is also the same thing. We can try that out as well. So error if exists. Let's try that out. Error if exists. Okay, let's just try to write it again. Okay, and it also gave me the same error. Okay, so we can't write it into the same file since the write mode is error. Okay, next mode we will see is append. Let's just try to append this data to the existing data. Now if we go with this append, and then we will see like what it has written. So I'll just do a show here. So it is writing to the file. Now it's written Now let's just display the contents of this file. So as you can see, the new record Jim got inserted, and now we have four records. So earlier we had only three records, so one got appended. So this was about append. We will see overwrite at the end because it will overwrite the data. Ignore we can check now. So if I do ignore here, and I just run this, so it ran successfully. So let's just run this, and yes, it's four records. You can see as it was earlier inserted this as well, right? So four records is fine. Now if I again just say append, you will see that Jim will repeat two times here. Let's just run this, and then I will do again the show command. So you will see that Jim has come twice because this time we again did an append. So append will keep on adding that records, but ignore will not do anything. It will not even throw the error. It will not write the data as well. Okay. Now let's at the end just try to overwrite everything. Now if you see, if you remember initially in our Parquet we had three files, but since we now added some more records into it by append, so now we have five records in it. Let's do one thing, to just show you how it is appending. I'll just add a new record to my new df. Let's this time say it's John. Okay, and the color I'll just add is maybe pink, and then age I can add anything like 30. So let's create this data frame now as a new data frame. Okay, now this data frame I have written. Let's see the content of this new data frame, whether it got created successfully or not. So John, favorite color pink, and age 30. This is the new data frame. Now I want to write this data frame back to my users.parquet. Currently, if you remember, it has all these five records in it, but let's just do overwrite here. Okay, I'll do overwrite, and then we will again check what content it has written to the file. So it is writing, now it's written. Let me clear this output so that it's not again confusing. So I'll clear this output for this cell. Now if you see users.parquet that we just now wrote, it has overwritten. So earlier it had five records in it. Now we get only one record because we overwrote the existing Parquet file with the new data frame. So this way we can make use of these different save modes as per applicable to our application. I hope you liked this video. If so, please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss the next videos in this learning series. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.